Good morning. Welcome again to Steps of Faith Ministry right here in good old Moultrie, Georgia. Pleasure to be with you from the desk of Helen McCall. I want to speak to you just a little bit on the video they showed about Donald Trump and the words they accused him of saying, which he said on that video, but it was a private video. It had nothing to do with the election whatsoever. It was a private video, men talking. You know, I grew up with a bunch of men, a bunch of boys. The time I was 10 years old, they were grown men. But if I snuck up on them and listened to them talk, Lord have mercy, I got my ears full. I wasn't allowed to do that. But I did it sometimes, and I heard a lot I shouldn't hear. And same way with women. If they get together, they gonna talk about how good looking a man is. Ooh, I'd love to go with him. Ain't he good looking? Oh boy, I'd love to have that hunk. And a whole lot more stuff that I won't say on here. And I go to the restaurant a lot. And most restaurants, there's not a lot of women goes to breakfast. I'm telling you the truth, folks. There's not a lot of women goes to breakfast. I think there's 3 or 4 of us, maybe 5 or 6, and a whole room full of men. And I declare to you what them men talk about sometimes is should be said behind closed doors. So, men's gonna be men. When you put them together, they're gonna be men. My son's the same way. I sneaked up on them. Well, I wasn't actually sneaking. I just walked into the room where him and his friends was talking. And, oh, Lord, they were saying some things I shouldn't be hearing. And they kissed. And my son said, y'all hush, my mama just come in the door. So, you see, it's just a natural thing for men to talk. When they get together, they gonna talk just like women do. And Harry just has to make something out of nothing with her yak, yak, yak in mouth. I think she ought to be spanked, turned upside down, spanked like a baby. That's my opinion. You can have yours. I want to read something on the impeachment of what happens when a president, an impeached president as first man. Can you imagine this? Can you just imagine this? With the 2016 election, Hillary Clinton stands a good chance of becoming the Democratic nominee. This raises the question of whether or not her husband should be allowed to be the first man. No, I don't think he should be. It's a bad policy. Bluntly, politics are easily made between the sheets. And while there is a process which may be gone through, we know that executive orders and certain policies can be made without legislation. It is very likely that some of Bill Clinton's unfinished agenda will trickle into Hillary's administration. As Bill Clinton was impeached for perjury and obstruction of justice, we should not give them the benefit of the doubt that he will have learned his ways. Additionally, when you combine the legal issues, either pending or resolved, in which Hillary Clinton has been involved with her husband proving lies and deceit, and this country may have some very hazy days ahead. U.S. Day Reckoning. America is the life and stock of the global community. We are hated by those which are not laughing and not seen by serious by other countries, are never with a serious structure anymore. If we put an impeached man as the first man back into the White House, we are doing little more than stating that he has had his time out and that it's okay for him to come back and play with the politicians. What message are we sending? Scandals follow politicians and presidents like a plague. Should Hillary Clinton be elected president, Bill Clinton will be named the first man. And can you imagine any such thing? A rapist being named the first man. It is quite predictable that media will be all over him to find a scandal. Where this may not be a concern to Hillary, the American public should try to keep from being embarrassed globally. Looking at Bill Clinton's record, we can see his impeachment was justified, and letting him back into the White House in any way is just plain foolish. His scandals have included Whitewater, Cattle, Futuregate, Travelgate, Jennifer Flowergate, Philgate, Vince Fostergate, Whitewater Building Record Gate, Paula Jones Gate, Federal Building Campaign Phone Call Gate, Lincoln Bedroom Gate, donations from convicted drug and weapon dealers, Buddhist Temple Gate, Lipa Gate, China Gate, Lewinsky Affair, perjury and jobs for Lewinsky, Willie Gate, Webb Hubbell prison phone call, selling military technology to the Chinese, Wag the Dog, Juanita Broaddus, vandalism, looting, controversial pardon. And of course, they are just the main media scandals that surround the potential to be first man. I am sure that there are others which would come and will come to light should he take his place at Hillary's side if she is elected. Given the trend that can be seen above, I would venture to say that we will find another Lewinsky situation within the first few months. I agree 100% with that. Granted, we may not even know about the scandal that the first man would be involved in. Hillary Clinton is quite adamant about keeping information from the public. We can only conclude that the scandals would be tucked away until she receives a court order to disclose them. And it's a shame that he got away with raping that 16-year-old girl. It can't be called nothing else but rape. Well, I reckon I've spouted on my mouth enough for today. Thank you for watching. Join us again on the desk of Helen McCall.